It's Wednesday night, and you know what that means. Why don't you tell them, Canada Dry?
It's time for Dynamite After Dark. Start your engine, babies. We're ready to go. We're gonna put her into hyperdrive.
Woo! We're going plaid. Here we go.
Clear for takeoff.
That's all systems go. Need that AFW logo up. Stat.
You're watching the AFW Network.
Holy camole. It's Wednesday night. Kaboom! AEW puts on their show. We come on afterwards on the YouTube and talk about professional wrestling. You want to join in, click like, click subscribe, and hit the bell because the bell will tell you.
I sent you the new logo for the show. Can you put it up?
No, because we're still on the free account.
Oh, right. That's right. We're still the cheapskate.
We're still on the.
There's a way around though.
Huh?
You make videos of pictures.
Yeah. Anyways, guys, I screwed up. I did not do my predictions tonight. I had a lot on my mind. My mind is scattered. But nonetheless, I'm here right now. I am the almighty JFB.
James from Boston.
James from Boston.
Keep his supper warm. If you don't keep his supper warm,
great.
He's going to have cold supper.
I don't like cold supper. With the exception of one thing, and that's pizza.
Pizza is probably the best thing cold.
Oh, yeah.
Like picture yourself Saturday mornings watching cartoons, eating cold pizza.
So
maybe watching wrestling.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just trying to set up my light here. I thought
I felt like you were trying to make like a dirty bomb or something. What the hell's going on?
No, I was like, I thought I'd like my lighting, but because it's not really dark out.
Yeah.
So I thought I'd like my lighting, but it's not quite up to snuff. There we go.
There we go. We can see your face. It's nighttime here, so I'm just letting you know.
You're heading to the Watergate behind you.
Got the corporate headquarters. Helen is pissed because we're leaving the lights on. Anyways, the guy beneath me, introduce yourself, good sir.
Well, I didn't have to worry about predictions because there's a possibility I'm coming back next season, but
yeah, guys, just so you know, we don't talk predictions on the show.
No.
Got it. Trust me, I remember that rule. Like JFB said last week, I am from the greatest city of champions in the world, Boston, Massachusetts, and if the Red Sox suck, guess what? We still got the Celtics. My real name is Justin, but my on this show it's Juicy Justin.
Juicy Justin, how juicy are you? A scale of 1 to 10.
I can't give you that answer just yet right now.
Oh, man.
I'll get back to you. And of course, I didn't introduce myself because I was trying to fix my lighting. I am, of course, your Canadian hero, the patron saint of professional wrestling. I am that gingered up, bubbly son of a bitch. I'm Canada and dry. Don't I look different without the Canadian sort of?
You do.
I look like a ball player.
I want to make one analogy here. Justin will probably agree. We're both from the city of Boston. The Red Sox are a religion. The Patriots can win 20 more Super Bowls. The Bruins can win 500 Stanley Cups. The Celtics
That would never happen.
3,000 freaking NBA championships. But the Red Sox are not doing well. The whole city becomes pissed. When the Red Sox won in 2004, I flew to Boston for the parade. And instead of cheering the Patriots, who just won their first freaking Super Bowl, they kept chanting, Yankees suck. Anyways, you know what didn't suck? This episode.
But I was going to say, there was, I was at the thrift store today.
Yeah.
And there was a Boston Red Sox Pro Fit hat with the 2 socks on the front.
Oh, wow.
For like $5.
Woo! You could have flipped
And it didn't even, it looked like a brand new hat.
Yeah. Flip it. Buy that shit and sell it for 20.
I had to withhold myself from spitting on it. So I didn't want to get kicked out of the store. The people like me there, so I couldn't do that.
Yikes. Anyways.
Okay, again, I have a question for Juicy Justin here.
Yeah.
From Dossie. Are you juicier than a John Moxley blade job?
Not answering that.
Why not?
Okay. No.
No, you're not that juicy.
Okay. Well, John Moxley was at the show. We'll talk about that in a few minutes. But we kind of start AEW with Bingo Ball Booking Bang. We have.
They're calling it the 8-man all-star tag team match.
You have Briscoe, Kevin Knight, and Speedball Mike Bailey, who apparently are a tag team right now. Like, they don't wrestle separately. They wrestle as a tag. And they are finished up by Kenny Omega. They are taking on Ricochet, the Young Bucks, and Kazuchika Okada. Canada Dry, you go first. Your thoughts on the opening match?
Yeah, I knew this was going to happen. Kenny Omega gets in the ring, and Okada gets in the ring, and they're teasing it.
Yeah.
And Okada runs back and tags one of the Bucks.
Yeah.
I enjoyed this match. It was highly entertaining.
Yeah.
They did a good job preparing us for Okada and Omega.
Yeah.
That's what I'd say this match accomplished.
Yeah. Ultimately,
Letting our whistle.
Yeah, ultimately what's going on is they're planning routes for almost current, coming up, and future storylines. That's the key to telling a great story, is you have to hook people into it. You have the Bucks, who I think eventually will start feuding with the Death Riders, but the main focus is, in fact, Omega versus Okada. Whether we get it at Double or Nothing or All In, it's coming. Buy the ticket and take the ride, because it is going to happen. You would be stupid as a promoter and a business owner not to make this happen. Justin, lay it on me, brother. First match.
It's fair to say that that match is going to happen either in Arizona or in Texas. If I was Tony Khan, I wouldn't book it way too soon. I would maybe build it up to maybe Texas, but knowing him, he's probably going to want to do it in Arizona, and then we get a rematch there. But I thought this match was okay, and I knew I think the outcome was fair. I thought it was fair. So.
Yeah. I mean, ultimately, your job is to sell tickets and pay-per-view purchases every month. That's the goal. Most of the time, promotions, especially large ones like AEW and WWE, when you're dealing with traveling and production and equipment and all this other stuff, Monday Night Raw, AEW Dynamite, and SmackDown tend to not make a buttload of money. But if you build up enough anticipation, where you make your money is on pay-per-views. So teasing this right now is perfect. But the likelihood is we're going to see it at Double or Nothing, because I think that's what's going to sell the tickets.
I don't think so, JFB.
Oh, a dissension?
Yeah, I think we're going to see either possibly a stadium stampede or anarchy in the arena at Double or Nothing.
It's possible.
And I think you're getting the Ops and Swerves with Swerve and Kenny Omega. Possibly, I guess not Hangman because he's got later on. But yeah, that's what I think happens. And I think it's setting up the blood and guts for later.
We'll find out. It's happening sooner than later, May 25th. That is when Double or Nothing is. We go to the back. The Hurt Syndicate show up. And for some reason, there are anonymous people chanting, "We hurt people." And I guess for some reason, the Hurt Syndicate were not impressed and decided to prove the theory that the Hurt Syndicate hurts people because they hurt these people for no reason at all other than they were celebrating the Hurt Syndicate. Canada Drive, what the hell is going on?
I liked it. I thought it was a neat little segment to get these jobbers a little bit of work.
Yeah.
And, establish that they hurt people. They're a badass faction. They're not just a bunch of good guys.
Well, it's interesting because them hurting people plays kind of a key in a later segment. So, Justin, what did you think?
Yeah, it set that up. You're right.
Yeah, what do you think about the Hurt Syndicate?
To me, the Hurt Syndicate are the best things to ever happen to AEW. I'm gonna go on a limb here, and I'm gonna say that I like the Hurt Syndicate more than I like the Judgment Day.
Nah, that's fair. That Judgment Day is all over the place, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Like right now, like if you want to talk about factions across the two big guys, AEW, WWE, the best faction is not the Hurt Syndicate. It's the Don Callis family. Because you have Kyle Fletcher, you have Josh Alexander, you have Takeshita, and occasionally Brian Cage and the Murder Hawk.
Yeah,
that's a badass faction.
And what about the other guy? The other guy of Aussie Open.
I said Kyle Fletcher.
Okay, yeah. No,
Yeah.
the other guy.
Oh, Mark Davis.
Yeah.
So you have Mark Davis too. This is a formidable team. This is not a faction you can just sleep on.
no,
Yeah, then again, but who does WWE isn't really faction strong right now?
They're not.
Mm-mm.
Like after the Bloodline kind of went the way of the dodo bird, like who's really a strong faction now?
Yeah, there isn't. And you know what? In all reality, this is the new WWE. I don't like Russo. I think that he is a glorified star screwer effer. And he talks about how the regime under not just Triple H, but TKO is vastly different than when it was when Vince ran it. And he went into this detail by detail.
Is this after the Mania? I guess
It was after the Mania, and he is talking about that. Bro, WWE is not the same, and it's going to change, good or bad. Change is going to come. So that's what you do
for free.
Yeah,
there's people who think The Rock is trying to sabotage Triple H. There's people who think this. I'm not saying I think this, but it's interesting.
Yeah. Ultimately, the board of directors is who TKO, WWE, and UFC answer to. The board of directors plays a very huge part in the direction of your company. And they can easily vote out a CEO or any other executive for no reason or no cause. So, I mean, Triple H is not doing a horrible job. I mean, WWE right now is extremely hot. But when there's adversity, we'll see what happens with Triple H. So, anyways.
Because they're not going to get rid of The Rock.
No.
The Rock
he's the head of the board.
Huh?
He's the head of the board.
Yeah, so, like, they're not going to get rid. They can get rid of him, but they're not going to.
Yeah.
Because he's this icon.
Yeah.
But as far as the Hurt Syndicate for that first segment goes, hey jobbers, thanks for coming.
Yeah,
I mean, had a nice dread. Had some nice dreads there.
Yeah. Also, some of them were our interns, and we no longer make decisions on what interns go to a ring to get their ass beat. We, in actuality, have Helen does it. She's got a database, and she does this AI. I don't know. It's very confusing.
I believe it's called Bingo Ball Atron.
Yeah. Bingo Ball Atron 6000. Yeah.
Yeah, she's boop, and there we go.
So we have a trios match coming up for the trios championship. Is the Ops versus Nick Camarado, who apparently was injured and hasn't wrestled in a while. And then two other guys that I truly believe were selling hot dogs or hamburgers and Cokes not that very long ago. Asked them if they could fit in these tights, and they say, get in the ring. You're going to get your ass kicked. Well, that's what happens. It was a squishy match. And then the Death Riders come in. And again, Samoa Joe chokes out John Moxley. But you don't know until they cut very fast that Claudio is going to ram Shibata on a chair laying on the mat, folded. So then Samoa Joe gets on the mic, and outside of the fact that he's water sprinkling the camera with sweat and spit, this man sweats, trust me. He proposes, let's do this in a steel cage, hoping that the Death Riders and the Ops won't get involved. But reality is, steel cage has a big opening on the top, and it wouldn't prevent somebody from climbing in. Nonetheless, Canada Dry, your thoughts?
My thoughts are this. Why is Camarado such a bad wrestler that he can't get?
I don't think he's a bad wrestler. I think that he's an average wrestler but doesn't have it.
He's got the look.
He's got a look. He's not a horrible ring worker. He just doesn't have it.
No, but like, I don't know if he's just slipping through the cracks. You get these big guys.
Yeah.
That just have this great look, but I don't understand why they can't make more of a career.
Yeah. And it's a 50-50 play here. It's the promoter who doesn't understand why this guy is not catching on. What's his hook? How's he going to hook fans? The other problem is the fans. If the fans don't want to like you, they will not like you.
No, but like if it's clear that like Tony Khan is not a fan of Camarado.
No.
Like
But
he
he's
never
got a
was.
contract. He's got a contract, and that basically guarantees you work. I know, because
He's going to be jobbing out on ROH and all that kind of stuff.
I mean, I signed a contract many, many years ago to work on a film, and the film, after a week of shooting, fell through, and they couldn't generate funds to continue shooting, so they let everybody go. I was smart. Then 99% of the people on the crew, even though it was non-union, I always have a contract. And in that contract are riders. And I won't work unless my contract is met. And unfortunately, contracts are very ironclad. And it's hard to just let someone out of a contract because he's not working well in the promotion. And I think that if you ask Tony Khan, it's a regret of his signing Nick Khan.
Yeah, I don't know, JB. Like, they've let guys go.
They have let guys go, but every wrestler has a different style and type of contract. I know this because I am friends with wrestlers, and they have talked multiple times that you can have an amazing class of 5 or 6 wrestlers graduate from your training academy or whatever, and you're going to sign them to these contracts, but every contract's going to be different depending on whether or not this person is going to make a difference. Like, if you watch the show...
There's no way, JP, that Camarado's got an ironclad contract.
You don't know.
We don't know, but come on. That's unrealistic.
Yeah. It's hard to understand. It's hard to believe, but you can't really do a due diligence because AEW is a private company. So you really don't know contract length. Like, Bailey has come out and has said, hey, I got a couple of months left on my contract. And the reality,
she's got a year and a half.
She's got less than that. She's only got a few months. That's what she said on the.
That's not what I got. But anyways.
But everybody's got a different contract. Your big players are secure. They're not going to just let them go unless they just go haywire. So, anyways, Helen's beeping. It's time to move on. We go to match number 2. Oh yeah, we were talking about match number 2. Justin, your thoughts on match number 2?
So, predictable match. We kind of knew that this was going to be a squash match because it was jobbers. Yeah. However, the fact that Samoa Joe choking out John Moxley like weeks before Beach Break and before we get the steel cage, which, by the way, we've all seen steel cage matches, and there's gonna be a way for the Death Riders to get inside that cage and screw everything up. Thankfully, this is no disqualification, but still, as much as I want to see Samoa Joe win the AEW World Championship, it's not going to happen at Beach Break. It's not. It's not going to happen on free television in Chicago on a TBS.
Yeah.
If you want Samoa Joe to win the AEW World Championship, you're going to have to pay $50 for that on pay-per-view.
Yeah. I mean, your issue is that they're telling a bad story at this point. It's hard to kind of latch on to the idea that Samoa Joe has kind of relegated himself to a mid-card environment, and now he's challenging for the AEW championship, while he's also the Trios champion owner at this point.
Yeah, we got hooked up on that Camarado bit last time, but I want to talk about the match as well.
Yeah.
So it was a good squish match. The interesting thing comes after where they injure Shibata.
Yeah.
I believe this is to write him out for a bit.
So who do you replace him with?
I think you're writing him out. So
Yeah.
you have Swerve and Omega team with the rest of the ops and someone else.
Yeah.
For their battle against
Maybe.
Mox.
I don't think it's right for Swerve because I think that kind of kills his momentum.
Well, no, Swerve's been battling the Bucks.
Yeah.
So
we'll see. We go to Renee. She's in the back. She's with Mercedes Monet. Mercedes talks about the belts she owns and her accreditations and accomplishments and how she's going to beat Jamie Hayter and she's going to take on Tony Storm and win. Ken Dry, your quick thoughts on this quick segment.
yeah, it's displaying the belts, giving her importance.
Yeah.
Almost forecasting a victory.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it's I think she's gonna win next week.
Yeah.
Or sorry, win at Double or Nothing.
Yeah. Justin.
Like I said last week, no one's beaten Mercedes in this tournament.
Yeah. The question now is it time for Tony Storm to relinquish the belt at Double or Nothing, or does she or
this is for all that the winner goes against her at All In.
Are you gonna make Tony Storm lose the belt at All In?
Yeah.
To someone who's got 4 belts already? What do you do now?
Well, no, I get that TBS title offer before All In though.
Yeah. Sky Blue is available.
Mercedes just needs someone like Canada Dry said to take the TBS title off of her if she's going to win that world championship.
Yeah.
No, I'm doing that. Billy Starks.
Yes. If she still has that TBS championship.
Oh, wait. Athena beats her for the TBS championship.
Ew, I don't like that. Athena is not a TBS champion. She's a world champion.
If Mercedes still has that TBS championship before she faces Tony at All In, I'm sorry, but Tony Storm's not losing that world championship.
Unless you want to have Mercedes have all the belts.
It's possible. It's possible.
Overkill.
They could also do like a WWE move where they're like, Tony Storm must surrender the TBS title because she needs to focus on the world.
Yeah, you can have a tournament.
Tony Khan loves tournaments.
All right. So let's go to Renee. She's in the back with the patriarchy. And Christian looks confused. The camera pans and we see Jay Lethal. Now, I was like, why is Jay Lethal in this conversation? Did he lose his dad and he wants Christian to be his new dad? I don't know. But it wasn't. He's challenging for Nick Wayne's ROH Television Championship. Mind you that he is in a few weeks leaving for Japan for a month to wrestle in the Best of the Super Juniors as the Ring of Honor Championship. But anyways, Lethal says, hey, let's fight. Nick Wayne's like, no, I'm not ready mentally. I haven't prepared, blah, blah, blah. Christian intervenes and says, you want to be a champion? Be a champion. Canada Dry, your thoughts on this?
I like this segment.
Yeah.
It's that tough love.
Yeah.
By Christian. It's like I'm gonna nurture you the right way. I'm gonna show you how to do it.
Yeah.
I thought it was great.
Justin.
I love Christian's character. It's so great. Like you want to be a success in this company. Let me nurture you, like Canada Dry. Like, yeah, I love Christian's character.
And that beard.
Yeah.
Christian's got a
Ultimately,
beard.
you know Nick Wayne is going to fight Christian. Like, I liked that idea.
Oh, it's coming. It's coming.
It's coming. Poor Kip Sabian. I don't know what they're going to do with him and Mama Wayne. But anyways, I digress. Match number 3. We're kind of clicking around. We're clicking along on this show, which I was kind of surprised. But we get Timeless Tony Storm. She's going to take on Japanese sensation Mayu Yamashita or Shida. I'm not super familiar with her opponent. I'm glad they kind of did a highlight reel of who she is and really focused on her finishing move and stuff like that. So this is an eliminator match. They do make mention that Maya is in fact undefeated in challenger matches. The match was actually really good. I like Maya quite a bit. I plan on deep diving at some point her matches to appreciate more of what I saw in the ring. Tony did a fantastic job. For those who don't know, Tony Storm actually attended the TCM Turner Classic Movies Red Carpet event. And, if you're the bitch with the itch, come let me know. And that's when Maya accepted. Canada Dry, 3rd match of the night. Your thoughts?
Yeah, this was a decent match. I don't know much about her opponent there. She's been in Japan for a number of years. I don't know. So that's the problem when you have these Japanese people coming in.
Yeah.
Tony Khan expects everyone to know who they are.
Yeah.
I don't know who this person is.
Yeah, either do I.
Like why? Don't waste roster spots on this.
Yeah.
Like you could have had Penelope Cruz. I don't know. Penelope Ford.
Well, I think a lot of it has to do is Tony Khan's response to Triple H buying AAA. And now having a luchador feeder system into your project, into your promotion. And I think that's kind of what I think Tony Khan's going to do. I wouldn't be surprised if he bought a promotion in Japan just to have a feeder system for people who could, like Takeshita, evolve into a great world wrestler. So
I wouldn't be surprised if he bought New Japan.
Well, I'll tell you what he's not going to buy, and that's this. Hulk Hogan and Eric Bischoff's new freestyle wrestling promotion.
Real American freestyle.
Yeah, Real American Freestyle Wrestling. I don't want to break anybody's hearts, and I don't want to definitely break Hulk Hogan's heart because he's such a huge Trump fan. Freestyle wrestling wasn't invented in America. It was invented in Greece. There you go. Sorry, Hulk Hogan. Go cry in your knees.
Who wants to watch this amateur wrestling?
When I saw the video of Eric Bischoff and Hulk Hogan doing their NWO shtick, I laughed because
Do you know what I thought it was going to be?
What?
I didn't think it was going to be anything good.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be a restaurant or something.
Yeah. Or a promotion for Real American Beer, which, by the way, is horrible.
Well, he said slice and dice. So I'm like, it's a pizza place.
Yeah. Justin, what did you think of the 3rd match?
So I thought the match was really good. I know nothing about this opponent. Here's my only complaint about this. If this is the response to Triple H buying AAA, Tony Khan needs to just, and I'm not trying to.
I don't think it is, though.
No, I don't think it is either. But if it is, and I'm not trying to bash Tony Khan here, but Tony Khan needs to focus on his own company and not worry about what Triple H is doing over in WWE. I mean,
without even like.
yeah. I mean, if you want to bring in like stars from TNA, fine. At least we know those stars. But to bring in a star from Japan that we know nothing about,
Yeah.
bad move.
Ultimately, so at the end of this match, Tony Storm wins. Out comes Mercedes Moné. She insults the crowd and then talks about her belts. And then Jamie Hayter comes out and they kind of get into a scruff. And then Mercedes Moné just runs away. And Jamie Hayter stands there and Tony Storm smiles and then gets on the ground and starts dancing and writhing. So, anyways.
Let's forget!
Let's forget. Woo! We go to Don Callis. He is with Kyle Fletcher, Takeshita, and Alexander. He hyped up the Takeshita-Alexander tag match, how it made history. It was the greatest tag match he's ever seen. He's like, tonight we're going to celebrate Kyle Fletcher. He's taking on Hangman Page. We're going to hype him up. Yeah, you go, Kyle Fletcher. And then for some reason, Don Callis grabs him and starts gyrating, almost like Elvis with a seizure. It was very awkward and not of Don Callis, but Don Callis did it. He just went for it. Canada Dry, your thoughts on that?
On which bit? Was this a segment or what are we talking about?
Yeah, segment with Callis, Fletcher, Takeshita, and Josh Alexander.
Oh yeah. They looked dominant though.
Oh yeah.
Like I think you're right. Like the Don Callis family is as close as we're gonna get to the Bobby the Brain Heenan family.
Yeah.
And I like it because it's old school.
Yeah.
Old school heel faction.
Yeah. Gotta love old school heel factions, baby.
I didn't pay attention to the grinding though. Sorry.
He didn't really grind. He just kind of like.
Yeah, I missed that part, I guess.
Yeah. I looked at it because I was just like, what the hell is Don Callis doing? Like, Don Callis is stoic. This guy's acting like he just won a chance to work for a promotion at a fairground in the middle of Iowa. Didn't make sense whatsoever. Justin, your thoughts?
So I'll be honest. I turned on this segment on my HBO Max app. Once I saw what the heck Don Callis was doing, I'm kind of like thinking to myself like, Don, are you good? Like seriously, is it like? And I know he was good, like because he's all angelic and everything, but
yeah. I mean, you know, here's the thing: Don Callis is Don Callis. Don Callis gonna do what he wants to do.
All right. So I got some. I got Sega Genesis here.
Ooh, old school.
So we're going to talk about, not necessarily Sega Genesis, but in the Flower Shop, we're going to talk about one of our favorite games we played as a child.
As a child,
We're talking about 13 and younger.
Okay.
Can I say one more thing about Don Callis?
Yeah.
No. Oh yeah. Yes.
Not for nothing, but I think Don Callis can speak a little bit better, just a little bit better than Mr. Heyman, Paul Heyman being. Because Don't get me wrong. I love what Paul Heyman's doing, but I love what Don Callis is doing a lot more.
Yeah. So we go to the ring, and in comes the Hurt Syndicate.
We hurt
Yeah.
people. We hurt
We hurt people. And we get kind of a rerun of the week before and the week before and the week before, which is MJF wanting to join the Hurt Syndicate. Hey, I gotta support my brother. My brother Jew. I'm half Jew. I'm half Jew, so I'm Jewish. And they invite MJF out, and of course, talks about MVP, how much of you is a mentor. Talks about Shelton Benjamin. So he has been referring to Bobby Lashley as just Bob. And ask Bob, what is your problem? What is it that I can give you to get me into this game? And Bobby Lashley grabs him by the neck and puts him into the corner and tells him, you want to impress me? Here's how you impress me. Hurt people. So I guess we're going to get one of two things. Either MJF is just going to randomly beat the shit out of anybody and everybody on the roster, or he is going to get a faction, a group of guys, to hurt the Hurt Syndicate. The only two things that make logic.
This to me, like this MJF and the Hurt Syndicate,
Yeah.
is a great story.
Oh, it's a fantastic story.
Like I love that. I like how it's just drawing out and we're just like teases us every single week. And they really teased it this week.
Yeah.
You thought it was going down, then it was going up. I love that part.
Yeah.
They're really sticking to this story, and I think that it's gonna be MJF one more time hurting some people.
Yeah.
Just to get, and I think that might be enough.
Okay. Justin, your thoughts?
So we're gonna get the old frick MJF again, huh?
Yeah.
Good, because we need it. We absolutely need this. I hate the good guy MJF. I hate it. We need we need everyone's prick to come back. But here's the thing: once he's hurting people, and once they let him into the Hurt Syndicate, I have a theory here.
Okay.
Cedric Alexander is gonna show up soon, and he's gonna hurt MJF.
I don't think it's going to go down like that, Juicy Justin.
Well, not right away, but it's going to happen.
I think that MJF's going to betray the Hurt Syndicate with FTR and possibly Wardlow.
Okay.
And that's when Cedric Alexander comes to shore up the numbers.
See, I would like that a lot more because I really do think the Pinnacle was the best thing to happen until.
But you know what else they talked about on the show was FTR and the tag title. So it's coming together. It's puzzle pieces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that leads us into the recap of FTR. Kind of like their
what a nice segue that was by accident.
Yeah, it was really fun. Hey, they show him, they show FTR dealing with Adam Cole and this team and Adam Copeland, Sexton Hardcastle, and the Rock and Roll Express, which I thought have already died, but apparently
they're alive. They were alive.
They're still wrestling. That's sad. But nonetheless, do we really want to talk about this? I mean,
Well, I think it's that those puzzle pieces.
Yeah.
They say the tag team titles.
Yeah.
And he's going to make a deal with FTR.
Yeah.
I'll get you the titles. You get me the world title.
Yeah. All right.
I don't know what's in it for Wardlow, but
TV time before his contract expires.
yeah.
Justin, you want to add anything?
Nope.
Nope. You're a good man, Juicy Justin. Let's go to our fourth match.
Something he's not real juice.
No comment.
How much like how much percentage of juice of the fruit do you got to have in there to call it juice? Has it got to be like at least 80, or is it lower?
It's between what, 80 and 90.
Oh, okay.
So you got 90% juice in your
No,
dressing.
that's what I'm guessing. I'm not saying that that's what I have. I'm not.
Oh, you're not even like claiming this. You're like juicy
No,
drink.
I'm just guessing. I don't know.
Justin, can I make a suggestion to you?
Please.
I think you should become a politician, because the way you hem and haw around a question is pure politics. Start with city council, move to the mayor, become the governor.
Yeah, the reason why we didn't handle the physical problems, and you see,
I mean, I can see him saying, the whole Israel Gaza situation. Yeah.
If anything, if I didn't work at my current job, if anything, my profession would probably be a sports announcer. I would not want to be a politician.
you see those drinking boxes you get, and instead of apple juice, it says apple drink.
Yeah.
It's like you will find no percentage of apple in that product.
But to answer your thing, JP, I think I would make a lot better as a sports announcer than I would be like a politician, because I do not want to run this country whatsoever.
I don't blame you. Let's talk about match.
You know who better than Juicy Justin to drain the swamp?
Drain the swamp. Let's go to match number 4. We're going to get Nick Wayne, your ROH television champion, is taking on Jay Lethal. Ken and Dry, your thoughts on the first match?
The first match?
Oh, I'm sorry, the fourth match.
I was gonna say we're going way up.
I did watch Back to the Future.
Oh boy,
this week.
Yeah.
And for the love of me, I didn't remember him having brothers and a sister.
Yeah.
Do you remember them having a brother or sister?
Yeah, I do.
It's not really prominent in the movie too much that you don't even think about. You think of him as an only child.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty much.
Justin,
yeah.
do you remember? Oh, did you watch Back to the Future?
I've seen it, yes.
Do you remember that him having a brother and a sister?
I didn't realize it until I saw it like the second time around.
Oh yeah. It's one of those things where you watch a movie, you're like, oh, okay. But this is Jay Lethal and Nick Wayne. Like, this to me is Nick Wayne's biggest win. Like, he looked so good in this, and Jay Lethal putting him over like that, like that's how you pass the torch. Like, Nick Wayne, this guy's gonna be a world champion one day. Like, maybe WWE, maybe AEW, but he's gonna be a champion with the world title one day. Like, he's gonna be your next Will Ospreay, your next Kenny Omega. And I think it's wonderful. What do you think, Justin?
I do like the fact that after this huge win from Nick Wayne, I do like the fact that they keep teasing us with the turn of Nick Wayne to Christian Cage. But I do agree. I think down the road, maybe 2026 or 2027, he'll definitely be a world champion. I don't think it's going to be with WWE. I think it's going to be with AEW.
I don't think it's going to be that soon. But Nick Wayne, he's got lots of years to build up to that.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
He's
agree.
going to put up
Yeah.
some muscle as well.
Yeah.
But like I said last week, Nick Wayne has to keep up the momentum going into the Super Juniors tournament, and I think he's doing pretty well with that. I really do.
Yeah, absolutely. I love Jay Lethal. I've always loved Jay Lethal. I thought what he did for Nick Wayne, was awesome.
It's like I was saying, this is Nick Wayne's biggest win of his career.
Yeah. It's his probably most important win in AEW. But not only that, it kind of gives him the much needed momentum to go into Super Juniors. Now, I'm going to place $1 million bet. He is not going to win the Super Juniors. It's not going to happen. He may go.
That was gonna be my question to you guys. Do you think he's gonna win it?
I don't think he's going to win it. I think he's going to go really close to the finals, and I think he's going to take the loss because
He could easily get to the finals, I think.
yeah, the problem is that I don't think he's ready to take that spotlight yet. I mean, the kid
Well,
is
you know what? It's perfect for AEW storyline
Yeah,
that he comes back. He got to the final and lost.
yeah,
And then it could be like cause more friction.
yeah. So let's go to our fifth and final match. It is the main event. It is the semifinal for the Owen Cup. We have Kyle Fletcher taking on Hangman Page. Canada Dry, I defer to you first. Go ahead with the main event, my friend.
I want to know about this. Justin killed FMW. What's FMW?
I don't even know what the hell that is.
All right.
But you killed it.
You really want to know by the AFW's Time Life series of The Strange and Unknown. Available at your local bookstore and AEW.com.
Now, I adored this match.
Yeah.
This was a really good, way to put Kyle Fletcher over.
Yeah.
Without winning.
Yeah.
I think the storyline where he beat up Will Ospreay was brilliant because it makes you think that he's gonna win.
Yeah.
I thought that was really good. It made for a little bit more unpredictability in this match.
Yeah.
And I thought they both did an amazing job.
Yeah. Juicy Justin, your turn, my friend. Main event. Final match.
Yeah, this was the perfect match to end off the episode of AEW. Kyle Fletcher and Adam Hangman Page both did a fantastic job, and I have to agree with Canada Dry. Hangman did a great job of putting Fletcher over without having Fletcher win. So
yeah,
now he's going to the semifinals in the or is it the finals? It's the finals that he's going to, right? Or is it the semis?
Yeah.
It's finals of Double or Nothing.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, that's all I got.
Okay.
This brings us to the flower shop, right? Unless you want to say
No,
something.
hold on. I got to give my opinion here. I defer to
I apologize.
Jeez.
Sorry.
So I want to talk about Kyle Fletcher because I think that at this point we see Kyle Fletcher as an all-around professional wrestler. When he's fighting guys like Will Ospreay or someone like Ricochet, it's a lot of flips, a lot of dives, a lot of this, a lot of that, a lot of spots. But you can't wrestle that match against Hangman Page because if you start doing flippy floppies, Hangman Page is going to make you pay for it.
Yep.
So you have to fight Hangman Page's style, which is brutal, technical wrestling. And that's what this match was. I would prefer to have seen Kyle Fletcher take the advance and go against Will Ospreay because personally to me, the last two matches they had were fantastic and amazing. But the Hangman Page aspect intrigues me because Will Ospreay has to wrestle Hangman Page's style of wrestling. He can't do flippy floppies. He's got to get down and dirty with Hangman.
You know what interests me, JP, is now there's two possible people that could win that match and go to Double or Nothing.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, to go to All In. Like, Hangman versus Mox at All In would be really cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hangman versus, Will Ospreay versus Mox would be cool too. So
yeah. But I think in all reality, I would like to see at All In, I think I would rather see Hangman Page.
yeah, it opens up more possibilities with the stories, especially with the Bucks and everything.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. I love Will Ospreay. When I do my side gig early in the morning, the first song that I play is Elevated because it's a kick-ass song and it reminds me of how much I really like Will Ospreay. Same reason why I play Final Countdown because it reminds me of one of my all-time favorite wrestlers, Bryan Danielson. So, you know, I'm intrigued by Hangman versus Ospreay. Very intrigued by it because that match can go either way. I mean, in all honesty, like to see Hangman versus Moxley, like that gives me a little tingle right here in my heart.
They had a bit of a series against each other. Are they 50-50 booking on that one? Right?
They are, yeah. All right, guys, it is time to enter the flower shop, which means that you have to do certain things.
You have to do certain things.
Number one is you have to pick your favorite match. Number two, you have to pick your favorite segment. 3, overall score with bells 1 through 5, and then you go to prowrestlingtees.com/Adrian Adonis because he has his own store. He had his own flower shop. Now he's got his own t-shirt store. So what better way to pay tribute to a pioneer who laid down a very great foundation for other wrestlers to follow. So with that being said, and our flower shop topic is favorite video game from 13 below, under 13. Canada Dry, you go first.
All right. We're going with, for a favorite match, we're going with Fletcher and Hangman. This was a great match.
Yeah.
It deserved the main event.
Mm-hmm.
And favorite segment is MJF and the Hurt Business, Hurt Syndicate. It was hilarious. I love just they had me on the edge of my seat thinking it was over. They're gonna let him join. But no, one more week.
Yeah.
My favorite video game, or one of them, from I was selling chocolate bars in my spare time to make a bit of money.
Mm-hmm.
And I go into this corner store, and there's this fighting game called Double Dragon.
Yeah.
And I couldn't believe what it was like because this is the first of its kind.
Yeah.
And I was throwing quarters of that thing like crazy. I later had that game for my Sega Master System.
Yeah.
Double Dragon was revolutionary in the video game industry. Yeah. Like it changed the way we have fighting games.
I like that pick. That's a good pick.
And we're going with for this show, we're going with 3.5.
Okay. Juicy Justin, it is your turn.
Okay. Favorite match, Heyman and Fletcher. No doubt about it. Like I said, it deserved the main event. It's a great main event to end the show. Favorite segment, I'm agreeing with Canada Dry yet again. It's the Hurt Syndicate and MJF.
Yeah.
The Bells, before I give my favorite video game, again, 3.5. So 3 out of 4 I've agreed with Canada Dry.
Yes.
Favorite games. I got 2. I got 2 actually.
Okay, no. One, and you can honorable mention another one.
Okay. So my honorable mention has to be MVP Baseball 2004.
Yeah.
My favorite game
in 2004.
No, I was 13 in 2003, but I started playing.
Okay, so it doesn't even qualify.
That's why I gave it like an honorable mention.
Okay. What's your game?
Mario Kart N64.
Oh.
Because it's the game. I think that's the game where you have like a partner, or I don't know, but that's the game that started to get me into like the Mario Kart series.
Can't go wrong with Mario Kart.
Yeah. All right. It's my turn. My favorite match, you think it would have been a main event, and that was a great match, but I kind of want to take the road less traveled from you guys. I'm going to take Toni Storm versus Maya. It was an actual decent match. Should have lasted a little longer, but it made Toni Storm look like she could take an ass kicking and come back and take the win, which is hugely important as you get towards All In, because she will be your champion. I'm sure there will be another 1 or 2 eliminator matches, but she is your women's champ. She will fight either Mercedes Moné or Jamie Hayter at All In. So that's my favorite match. Favorite segment, of course, was MJF with the Hurt Syndicate. You gotta love it. It's getting a tad long in the tooth, but when you think that they may have jumped the shark at this point, MJF looks at him and calls him Bob. And then MVP refers to him as Roberto, which I thought was hilarious. So that was my
calling Bobby Lashley a bald son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'll buy you Rogaine for your bald. Like, whoa.
So this is my honorable mention for the game. GoldenEye for the N64. Now, I was not 13. I was older.
No, you were not.
But I would hook up every Friday with 3 of my friends, and we would play GoldenEye together, and it was awesome. But my favorite video game as a kid was Jungle Hunt, where you would swing over alligators and jump over gorges, and it was on the Atari, and it was super
Pitfall.
Awesome. Huh?
Pitfall?
Yeah, Pitfall. That's it, Pitfall. Yeah. I loved that game, and anytime I had free time, because as a kid I didn't have a lot of free time. I was hustling to get money, shoveling snow and mowing lawns. I was playing soccer. for not only my school, I was also playing soccer on a traveling team. I was, dealing with
So when you had some
homework.
downtime, it was all about
I
Jungle
would
Jack and Pitfall.
blow it out, put it in, and I play for like an hour or two, and then I give up because that's a hard ass game to play. I always swung not far enough, and it would always fall into the chasm. So, as for my rating, I am in accordance with Canada Dry and Juicy Justin. I give this a 3.5.
There we go. We don't need to know any math.
Yeah, it was a good show, and it is really setting up a lot of stuff that's coming in the next coming weeks. Spring break, of course, in a couple weeks. Immediately after that, you're dealing with Double or Nothing in Phoenix, Arizona. So you have some opportunities to really kind of cement these stories as you get into Double or Nothing, because Double or Nothing will eventually be the funnel towards All In. Everything has to fall into place before you get to All In, and I think they're doing a fantastic job at this point. So our average is 3.5. So I'm going to ask Canada Dry a question. Can I do the Keep On Fighting?
You can, but I want to do something before that.
Okay. So on behalf of Canada Dry, on behalf of Juicy Justin, who's just juicy,
Just so juicy.
I am the almighty JFB.
So I just want to give a shout out to Tim Tobin, who had a heart attack today.
Ooh.
He's in the hospital, and I love you. And I just want to let you know that we're here for you. And also want to give a shout out to Rich, who's sick. Lord Ryan Rich.
Yep.
He's sick. And Joe, who's also under the weather. And Tiff, you say that you're struggling with your mental health. We love you. And Halo's up.
Halo's up. So a few months ago, I lost my person, Jessica. My missing puzzle piece, my rider.
Sometimes she was on the show at the end.
Yeah, sometimes she would come on the show at the end. She was my person. I was madly, truly in love with her. And about 2 weeks ago, I'm sitting on my couch and I keep thinking to myself, if I go to sleep, I don't want to wake up. That's how I would want to go, because that's how much I miss Jess, and I want to be with her up in the universe in heaven with her. And I watched probably 2 or 3 of our back episodes about Just Keep Fighting. And the truth is that the amount of energy it takes for me to get out of bed, to go do my side hustle, to do my freelance work, to do all this stuff is exhausting. But Just Keep Fighting probably saved me from going down a very dark path. And I love Canada Dry. I love Juicy Justin, Joe, and all of the people in AFW who have sent me messages that I have yet to respond to, but I eventually will. I appreciate each and every single one of you, because the journey that I'm on is not going to be a short journey. It's a very long journey for me. I take it day by day, every day. So the immortal words of Canada Dry: raise your fist in the air, put the devil in a sharpshooter, and just keep fighting.
Now, word for more sponsor.
Thanks for tuning in. This has been Tony Schiavone for the All Fan Wrestling Network.